One district for the entire layout. Remember all the
Oh, yeah.
So I put it into 3 districts.
Oh, okay.
That required, if you see all the drops that I have,
a command
every
gizmo
3-foot length of track has, has a lead, unless I've cheated somewhere.
I'm not sure yet.
Excuse me, sister.
I'll let you know at the end of the night.
Build VM. Oh, I do build the VLN chain. Okay.
Oh. Yeah, Victoria Lumber.
I don't.
Comox is on.
Yeah, I saw that. That part I got.
It owns it according to this map.
Right.
See, it's got its own line.
Yeah.
Who's got that moving?
I told him the chain's ready. You go.
I got it.
So
She's got it.
You're taking it.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
That's his build VML chain.
I don't know if you've looked at the line up there.
No, I just walked
Mine's
over
2
here.
long lines. And most of it is for
No power, Jim.
cars.
Yeah.
Jim, which is the coal and oil?
No power there?
There's no power along here.
I'll make a point of noting it. You'll have to get by.
So let me have a
Well, I
walk
keep
over
on
and see
running
where
out of
she
power.
is.
Somebody's
Yeah.
shorting, I'm not sure which.
Those are the actual.
Holy cow.
Oh, I know what the problem is.
I've got to build about 15.
No, I know what the problem is. It's not your track. It's
Yeah,
the
that wouldn't be it. I had it off.
wheels are not clean on the
If
engine.
it comes apart, take it up.
Oh,
Well,
all
this
right.
is the joint yard.
You're much
Yeah, I know,
further
but
ahead.
out of here to
with
where?
the lot in there, you don't have it.
Where the yard, the code says it's good.
Okay.
That's it. Straight up there.
Okay. All right.
No,
we'll wait
I,
when we get the card.
could go to Victoria, could go
You
to
don't have
Nanaimo,
anything to drop off.
could go to Ladysmith, it could go to Chemainus.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay.
Okay?
Fair enough. But anything that sits on the 4th track is only to go up to.
This is Comox's
Right.
track.
And
This is
the
an
only thing
escape
that
track.
goes there goes up to either Hilltown or the logging yard. Or not
The logging show.
Logging show, right.
Where they actually
Yeah.
collect
And
it.
if there's anything that's to go somewhere else, it goes on
If it's
Partridge
going
to Bright
up,
Mine
it'll
Log
go
Show.
on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this train ready?
Doesn't look like a shade, but it is a shade.
Not lined
Pink
up.
shade.
Yeah, I came back to
It's okay.
Hanging going on here.
I
There you
have
go.
5 steam engines on.
watch it. There's a
A
blockhead
Shays
beside
had
you.
defective manufacturing,
No, I'm dead.
and their gears were
Buckles?
plastic, which, yes, shrunk and split. So I ordered up the steel gears, got them on, but you have to break
They
it.
have a
to
power
get it.
problem over there, Jim.
That sounds like the proto problem. Proto gears have the same thing. You gotta pull them off and put the
Steel
replacements
ones
on.
on. Yeah. Well,
No,
the
they don't
problem
have to be
is,
steel. They're
they-
still plastic, but
Not
the
being
ones that come with it, they shrink and
I
crack.
think Northwest Shortline sells steel, which is what I
Yeah.
put on.
Oh, okay.
The problem is that there's covers that hold the shaft the gears are on
Right,
in place.
right.
When you take them out,
Yeah.
they break.
As a fellow war story, I
No,
bought
don't
a
have.
repeater. Brand new.
Oh yeah, the light is on.
I really liked it.
I'm just wondering, you went in on that double slip, so you didn't change anything.
No, and it only works. This
Right.
this end only works.
Shorter than every guy.
The light's on, so you got power.
Check
I got
the
power.
gauge on the wheel sets. Front one was perfect, the back one was off. So, should be a matter of just prying the cover off the wheel set, pulling the wheels,
But I don't.
putting it back on.
Okay.
You think I can get the cover
I think I got an IDOT. I got an idiot.
It's going on? No, no. You gotta short it, keeps on trying to short because he's powering it from the thing you just run separate cables.
Do you
Oh,
realize
everybody's down.
Can you
Huh? No, I stopped it there because I want to
Fred?
back up.
Thought you were having a senior moment.
We're totally out of power.
Fred, can you push it?
The thing,
I'm off
the
track
PSX from the power rather than do it separately directly. And it does that.
positively irritated?
It just does that.
Constantly losing power, driving along. Start
And
over.
just,
Start over. Start over. for which reason I put in tortoises everywhere up top. I got 3 hex juicers.
Okay.
And 6 takes most of this. And there's like a turntable and a reversing Y. So that's 4
Okay.
for those
All
2.
on running off the same thing.
And
They stay there on there.
one
I'm
more.
gonna push them back in the back.
So
end.
there's
Alright.
2, and the Y up there.
Then I'll be
So
off
that's
the
3
branch
juicers
and,
almost
So this is
completely.
You can do that this time.
Okay, that's interesting.
but it's a sin.
Well,
But-
if you can just find just
Because
6
I don't have
here.
a van, I guess.
Yes.
It's not so
1,
you don't have a
2,
van, you don't have
3,
any freight.
4.
If you have freight, you can't do that.
Diamond?
5, 6, and all the others.
You'd already laid all the
I'd
track.
already laid the track, and they're all dead frogs. And they weren't trouble,
Right.
but I want the 2662s to run through here, so I
Fun
So you
liven
had to
all
make-
their
you
frogs.
had to liven all the frogs.
Now, I still don't think it's going to be consistent. And
But
I
instead
had the
of-
one with the
But instead
tender.
of putting the hex juicer
I'm gonna use the finger of God.
I could have. Yeah, but it's a lot more trouble than putting an
That's what
after
you figure?
effect
Yeah.
tortoise.
Right.
But basically, the power goes through the lead either this way or that way, which changes
So when
color.
you get those 2
Chris
cars,
doing a different one, which is
then
yellow on or yellow off.
you take that thing.
Okay.
I take
Okay.
that thing.
Okay.
I haven't
Sure.
thought about colorblind people.
Yeah, no, understandable.
That's why I'm doing mine in yellow.
Yes. As I said, you're doing yellow on or off.
Yeah.
So you're not completely colorblind, there's just
No,
certain
it's just
colors, right?
certain colors. Yeah. Like red and green, brown.
So you do traffic lights by which one is
Oh
bright?
no, I can
Well, it's the
tell.
top one or the middle
No, I can
one
tell
or the bottom
that, but
one.
it's just like when, especially
No, it's
when
this
people
one.
have these dual
This one,
LEDs. Like I'm like,
But I have to do this.
yeah, right. I can tell if it's.
Yeah, that's there.
Can you see green or red on the traffic signal?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I can. That's
You're
not a
right.
problem.
Huh,
A
okay.
bit of a pickle.
You're in the places
Yeah,
here
well,
where
you've
you're
seen
going to
what I
take
did
some
on
cars.
that.
Yeah.
No, that was it.
And then
As long
you're
as
in
you
the
use
It's a
this
position where
long-term temporary.
you'll be on the wrong
A
side.
long-term
Panel.
temporary panel.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not a bad panel. You know, if you make it
Why I say
more
Well, it's-
permanent, it will look
doing
fine.
it.
It's extra CAD that I use.
Yeah.
So it's
So
a picture.
I'll achieve my 27
Half the
numbers.
area, don't One location, one at the other, like the one here that controls that switch underneath. Also has one over on that panel. So which way the toggle is pointing is not an indication of
Oh.
which way the switch is thrown.
I
But
tried
the
to make all
lights
of mine
always match.
do that though.
Well, if, as I say, if
Because I
you
figured
have
it'd be
two
too
toggles, you
confusing.
can't
if
do
you-
it.
I suppose, yeah, unfortunately I constantly be going, which way is this going?
Well,
But it was a bit of a bugger because every time I wired out all the switches, I had to make sure that when the switch was put in, not only the electrical connection right, but mechanically it had
Yeah.
to be rotated the right way in
No
the hole.
power on the front siding. There's no power at all.
not working?
There's no power.
Well, that's
We had to get the crew to push the flat car to the locomotive.
really okay. I better go. Excuse me, Chris.
Yeah, it sounds like
Now
you
come
make
have
a
some
note.
union
Yes.
issues.
You're gonna have to do a double turn.
Yes.
I would put this in here, go up, come back, push it, push them up, go around, and back. Don't put them in.
Yeah, I don't have enough.
You want to
like
put
that.
those here.
Yeah, I want them where my nose. Let me see.
So that's the front track,
I think
Bob.
I'll follow your recommendation.
Is to put those here. Front track, Bob?
Is it the front track that's not powered?
It's the
Front
front siding.
Hilltown
Front
track.
siding.
Front siding with hill top.
Yeah. Okay. That was probably all my rewiring that got my took in a twist there.
Alright.
Are you just learning there, Chris, or are you searching?
Yeah,
for
I'm just learning,
Okay.
just seeing how it goes.
I've managed to make it the complicated way.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be a double dirty crosser by the time he finishes.
That's how it goes.
We can push the flat cars back by now.
That makes sense.
I'll bet you Norman would let you through with the BLM. Take care of it for him.
Well, right now I've got things.
But
Is this going to be enclosed at some point?
yes, excellent. Yes, this is going to be a rock face here.
Pull that
From
back, push that over,
well, it's going
push
to
them
start
up,
there.
then go back
It's
out.
going to continue
Right.
somewhere
The other way.
around here.
Now I got an interesting
And come
concept.
around.
You gotta make sure the engine's facing the right way when you
Yep.
finish.
Time to finish all this stuff off.
I think the last time I was here, we
Concept
didn't
should
have any
work.
of this done yet.
Yeah, that'll work. Nice to go.
That light is
Yeah.
supposed to be turned on. And I have a plug over there where you stand.
There you go. Oh, thank you.
See,
There was
the
a
only
little
real
more than that on the
solution
train.
is to move the wall 2 feet and redo the whole layout
So when are you going to take care of that?
in my next life.
I'm not.
And you can put in your
I'm
own
not gonna
judgment
say-
on that.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything.
Get a bunch of dancing to do when you get
Shouldn't there
over
be a
there.
few more cards?
There's just 2 cards. These are captive.
Oh, so you don't have cards for that? Okay.
No, there is a card,
Somewhere.
but it
we don't-
seems kind of
There's
senseless
little
to put
point in
it
having
there.
the cards because you're gonna take it down, dump it, bring it back.
I
They never
lost
leave the Scomox.
No more power on the hill.
What?
I never is heard as a scourging word.
I ran that.
And
the skies
are not cloudy all day.
Get your butt in.
It may not because you got no power on the hill. Someone stole it, tell them they have to reacquire it.
Okay.
Do a steal.
Today I'm with Jim McSherry, and I think we're on Vancouver Island somewhere on the Canadian Pacific Railway. Is that correct?
Yes, you're actually at the Chemainus log jump in the foreground there.
I see. And so what is this model railroad representing completely?
It's intended to show what a logging line operated like. In this case, 2 logging lines interact with these Esquimalt and Nanaimo.
Okay. So from a geographical perspective, you've got a railroad that runs from
Victoria
Victoria.
in the south,
Yeah.
up to Nanaimo in the north, which is 70 miles away, track miles. And the logging line goes northwest
Okay.
from near the Nanaimo end, the
Yeah.
northern end, and it goes up into the hills that go along the length of the island.
Now you've got a unique perspective here because you've got a fairly small room, so you have Nanaimo and Victoria as the same, and they're visible staging, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so they start right over here. So all trains enter the railroad basically from this yard.
Yes, I had the choice of having 7 staging tracks or joining them into a single yard that could have, when it's finished, a turntable, a
Why?
4-stall
Yeah. Engine house.
engine house,
Yeah.
and that would give eventual operation opportunities.
So from an operational perspective, you've gone through a couple iterations. Folks used to follow their train and take it around the layout and do switching like way freight along the way, but things have changed recently.
Well, the room is about 11.5 feet wide,
Okay,
which meant that my aisles ended up being 2 feet wide.
right.
And following your train, there was an awful lot of passing and things being knocked off and so forth.
Yeah, so there weren't the trains that were passing, it was the bellies that were passing.
Right. So operating at a fellow called Dave Primo's layout,
Right,
we used to operate stations
yes,
and not follow the trains.
right.
Can you? Oh,
Yeah, go through. Go through.
Yep. Well, you don't mind being in the video, do you?
No, I just can't do it from there.
Yeah, you should have stayed in your spot.
Who's driving these? Me. Oh.
So anyway,
we're trying that out
yeah.
tonight for the first time since
Right.
I've
Is the switch
done a lot of changes to the layout.
Is the switch
your layout is sort of depicts a lot of the things that you have personally got an interest in. One of them is a hand-laid track.
Both on.
I noticed that, you know, there's quite a bit of hand-laid track,
I just don't want to
and
be real
is that
back
something,
there, so
what
I
made
don't
you
know.
choose to go that route versus your standard out-of-the-box track?
I think about 40 years ago,
Well,
that's the way I
is
did
that a
it.
track plan?
I don't know if there wasn't great track at the time, but that's the way
And no matter
I
what
did
way
it then.
you switch lights, you got a
When I
light
got
on.
back into
I
the
realize
hobby,
there's a light on it, but what,
10, 15
track
years
has the
later,
light on it?
Both
I
of
just
them.
did what I had done before.
And you don't know
I
which
see.
color's which.
Pardon?
And you don't know which color's which.
No,
No.
really strong reason.
I need
Okay.
Although-
green
No.
on the track
No.
that 8 and 11s on.
They're actually both.
I would have used fast
Yeah,
tracks,
they're both
or
red.
They're both
built
red.
fast
And they're
track
both
switches
No.
if they'd
Outside is
been
green, inside is red.
as
I don't know which is outside
Available?
and inside. The one with
That's
the
all I
they are now?
11
Was
on
a
it.
timing issue.
when I started in about 2000, they weren't all that dominant.
Yes, it is. Which was
I noticed that a lot of your rolling stock and locomotives are quite unique as well. You must have a bit of a passion for putting cars together
outside track.
and doing your own work
It's
there.
on the green
Yes,
track.
I got
Yes,
into the
thank
hobby because I like modeling. I didn't know much about trains at all.
Do I have permission to cross the diamond?
Yeah.
So I
Where are
got
you
kits, and where possible, I scratch built. A log dump is scratch with
Yes.
some things taken from pictures of the island.
Stars here and this is stars here.
And that's a
log dumps.
Jill poke? That's what that's called?
That's a Jill poke. It was elsewhere on the island, but I thought it was a neat conversation piece.
I noticed you got some interesting murk and swirls in your water. How did you achieve that?
Absolutely unknown. A friend helped me pouring the liquid in on a
Resin?
base,
Yeah.
and I colored it, and then the resin was poured,
Yeah.
and it came out beautiful and smooth. And days later, it ended up looking like all sorts of rubbish collected around the log dump.
Huh.
I happen to like it. I don't know that I could reproduce it.
So it was a unique kind of resin though. It was canoe resin or something, eh?
Yes,
Yeah, that's probably what contributed a little bit to it.
could be. I think also maybe my paint underneath it
Yeah.
wasn't quite dry and may have caused some kind of a reaction.
That's pretty neat. Something I've never seen before.
Dispatch.
I need the turntable, so you're gonna need.
So you've been experimenting with some landforms. How did you do those? On the
Well,
rock?
you missed, Chris, my
Yeah.
painting,
Oh, okay.
which was after I took your course or your presentation on how to do painting.
Yeah.
While I changed the colors, a lot of that was my first effort and came from that education.
Yeah.
This stuff, yes, all sorts of different
However,
castings that I made myself.
Really nice.
Oh, you figured, yeah, in the way I thought this.
Careless
that would
use,
be
lots of
coming
breaking
up.
of castings rather than keeping them clean.
Yes.
Helps to make them
I've got both of my turntables.
look a bit more natural. Some of it was
wired up
purchased castings,
and all, so now
like you can see
things
down
are
here.
both ends of the
Right.
layout.
but a lot of the rest was made up.
That's what I wanted.
And these are really nice little models here, like your water tower.
The layout, turn it.
I
Got a couple over
acquired
there.
some of those from
I know
a
some
fellow
people,
who
the
had
way they do
given up,
that in their layout, they just
oddly
add a
enough,
train
the
from
same
Yeah.
area of Vancouver Island and changed to, I think, something European.
Oh, I see.
And he had these excess and I acquired them.
They're really quite nice. And here's some examples of the rolling stock. huh?
Included those from the same fellow and the water tower from the same fellow.
Nice.